Good day to you, one and all. It is I, Justin Hawkins, and this is Justin Hawkins Rides Again. How comes he's wearing all that sports gear then? Well, I've just been jogging. It's the first time not the first time. I've recently started jogging again after damaging my leg in the Taylor Hawkins tribute shows by trying to do David Lee Roth's splits jumps. I did one in the LA show. I think my feet were above my head, and then when I landed it was like, oh, ow, that hurts. And then the back of my leg, I told you all about that before. But anyway, it seems to be back to normal now and I can run again, so phew. I feel like running really helps me. Not sure about you guys, but it's good to have something, get a bit of fresh air, a bit of exercise. Stops you from, keeps the demons from the door, so to speak, as it were. Today's Comments Day, it's the 37th episode of such, and I'll be glancing at a carefully curated selection of your missives, and I'll be reacting to them honestly, wearing sports attire. Justin Hawkins rides again. Yeah, that's the stuff. Beautiful, isn't it? Right, let's have a look at these here comments then. I'm drinking coffee as well, so expect the cadence of my speech to be somewhat faster than usual because I'm full of caffeine. No, I'm not actually. Just had a little sip, so we'll be all right. My eyes don't work though, so I'll get these on. Caitlin Erin, with a lovely super thanks, says, you've mentioned in previous videos and podcasts that you have grown to dislike some of your own songs. So with that in mind, what are your top 3 songs that you've recorded that you'll probably never perform live again? Wow, it's going to be difficult to reduce that to just 3 songs. Usually the ones that I strongly dislike are the ones where we've done them and then us, the band, the darkness, the artistes concerned, consider them to be B-sides or bonus tracks, or, perhaps the concept that we originally conceived of hasn't been realised in the way that we'd hoped, and then a record company has said, hang on a minute, that should be a single, because they're fucking useless. No, I'm just joking. Or because, they see something in it that we don't agree with. And invariably when that happens, we have no faith in the release, and it just falls flat on its arse, and we all just sort of go home thinking, hang on a minute, was that their fault or was it our fault for not being assertive? We end up hating ourselves, we end up hating them, and we especially hate the songs. So the worst ones of those was a song called Happiness, which was on Pinewood Smile. Should never have been anywhere near that record. It was fucking useless and ended up being like a single at the arse end of that campaign that none of us were prepared to actually take part in. So that one can definitely go on the list. The second one would be With a Woman from the Hotcakes campaign. Again, it was a song that we just thought was a bonus track. We had an idea for a thing, it didn't work out the way we wanted it, but the label were like, this is a single, guys, what are you talking about? And we were like, no, it's fucking terrible, we really hate this song. And then we were sort of obliged to make a video for it, and our management at the time were I think, quite concerned about the relationship to the label, and when they believed in something, we were sort of, I think we were just, we weren't assertive enough to say no. So that ended up being a single, and it really shouldn't have been. And the third one is also from Hotcakes. It's Everybody Have a Good Time. Terrible song. Just a rubbish song. Completely half-assed, and it was something that only came about because we were told by management and label that we needed a sort of radio-friendly song because we didn't have any singles on that record. I don't mind a record with no singles. I think that's actually much more interesting, and it would have been a better album without it, and I'm really disappointed in ourselves that we agreed to do that song. So those are the top 3, and there are many, many more, I'm sure, and there'll be more in the future, I expect. So, but thanks, Caitlin, for your lovely message. Benjamin Penfold with another brilliant super thanks. Cheers. Hey Justin, I just wanted you to chat about the meaning behind Open Fire. The verses seem quite pessimistic, and then it seems the chorus swings into a request from an artist yearning for the energy received from performing. Is the open fire the adoring crowd that keeps the demons at bay? I feel this myself as a performing artist. Would love you to elaborate on that. Also, I love your vocal style from Open Fire, and would love a short a cappella on the video if you can. Much love from Canberra, Australia. Ben. Cheers, Ben. the lyrics on Open Fire go something like, I don't waste my time with daydreams, I'm living my nightmare. Every semblance of hope in this life surrenders to despair. So I embrace the darkness because it's always there.
Embrace the darkness, 'cause it's always there.
Give me an open fire. It's that open fire. Blazes in your eyes and burns right through the night. I could live nocturnally. I could live without daylight.
Give me an open fire, blazes in your eyes, burns right through the night.
Give me a hug on a sheepskin rug. Tell me that we'll never part. Open fire on my heart.
Give me a hug on a sheepskin rug, tell me that we'll never part.
So the open fire is two things. It's an open fire that you make love to your sensual companion in front of, and also it's like it's a call to arms. Take aim, have a go at loving me because I'm fucked up. It's like all the verses are sort of I think it's like it is a depressive song. It's kind of like when your life has lost all of its meaning, and you're searching for that in somebody else. So I think that the open fire is like, come on, love me if you dare, and then the love making happens in front of an open fire as well, by coincidence. It's a double meaning, but they're both sort of sexy stuff, really. Sexy stuff set against a backdrop of mental illness. As usual. Story of my life. The Squid Gal with another super thanks. Nice one. Question for Comments Day. Watching your channel for as long as I have, I know you are a musician who prizes artistic integrity. But with your understanding of the music business and your songwriting, producing and performing skills, have you ever been tempted to put together a pop act and go for the cash? Well, I think I'm quite fortunate, really, because when I first started off doing this stuff, as in music, I've been a professional musician now for 25 years, and 20 of those I've been in the darkness, really. So the first period of that was spent doing music for adverts and television programs and very occasional film scoring. So those sort of early forays were a little bit cynical in the sense that they were always written. There's always songs that were written to a brief, and it was usually like advertising agencies that couldn't quite afford a thing, and then they wanted me to do something that sounded nearly the same as that thing, without them getting sued or me getting sued. And I really enjoyed that experience, and it was great fun. I've done a little bit of sort of pop writing, and it just isn't rewarding, really. And I think if I saw music as a money making venture, then yeah, that would be tempting. But because we've had that sort of really successful first record, we can do interesting stuff, and I can do interesting stuff, interesting in inverted commas, and it doesn't need to be successful for it to be rewarding in other ways, really. So I don't think that's ever going to be a thing that I'd be interested in. I think I'd be dead on the inside if I did something that was that cynical, really. Aaron Masterson with a lovely super thanks. Justin, I really enjoy your program. Thanks so much for what you do. What type of strings do you use on your Gibson acoustic? They sound so bright and fabulous. Do they? They haven't been changed for about 100 years. I think they're just whatever my long-suffering butler and guitar tech Ian Softlad Norfolk has put on there. We did actually tour with that guitar. I was doing some sort of acoustic stuff live with it. So the last time I used it live, he probably restrung it, and then I just took it home, and I haven't touched them since. I mean, if they're bright, it's because, I don't know, they haven't rusted too much, really. I've got no idea what kind of strings they are. I'm really sorry. And on the subject of acoustics, ECC84 asks, Justin, have you ever fancied doing an acoustic album? Yes, I would love to do an acoustic album. I'm not that much of a great acoustic player. I don't think I'm very loud when I strum stuff. I've been in sessions before in LA as a session guitarist, and I've always asked somebody else to play the acoustic parts because I just don't get enough volume from it, But I can do sort of really subtle finger picking stuff. So maybe I'll do something like a Nick Drake record at some point. But I reckon I'll have to wait until I'm in my 60s to do that, really, because I just have this urge to rock every time I hit record, you know. Karina Thomas asks, what do you do when you have a mind blank and forget the lyrics? That is a great question. I don't think there's much that anybody can do. I just panic, just don't sing. Or the thing that happens to me a lot is I'll sing the wrong verse. So you might find there's a repeat verse sometimes. I mean, I'm lucky, it doesn't happen very often. I can imagine as I get older, it probably happens more regularly. But yeah, you'll see repeat verses. So if you forget the lyrics, just remember the ones you do know and go for it. Failing that, some sort of distracting technique, you know, wave at somebody, walk over and go, "Hey, how you doing, ladies? You okay? Nice to see you tonight," or something like that, you know. Jason Hunt says, I'm sure someone's asked before, but I haven't seen it. Question, do you have any more music from your British Whale days? And if so, do you plan to release it someday? Also, my friends and I loved Hot Leg. Cheers, Jason. That's excellent. Yeah, British Whale was a one single deal, really. I just wanted to do the cover version of This Town Ain't Big Enough for Both of Us, not for the both of us, Atlantic Records, who have incorrectly registered that song on Spotify. Thanks a lot. Also, it was British Whale. They've registered it as Justin Hawkins and British Whale, which is complete bullshit. That's not the artist name. It was British Whale. So fuck you very much, Atlantic Records. Just kidding. Love that label. Great imprint. But they really ought to consult their artists before they start registering things and changing the titles of projects. And also getting the fucking song name wrong. We live in the spell check generation. Why can't people just check things? Sorry, I've been running and my blood's up. You know what I mean? Oh, I do love being angry. It's refreshing, isn't it? This week, I need to say an extra thank you to the super thanks people. That's Brad Walsham, Lewis Silver, John S3, Perry Urban, Andrew Tillett, Caitlin Erin, Matthew Jackson, Nicholas Cann, Benjamin Penfold, Joe Foster, Tony Cortezza and the Squid Gal. I really, really appreciate that extra support that you lend me. It makes this stuff so much more doable. You'd be surprised. It's been a funny week, actually, because like a lot of the... it's been a bit of a quiet week for me. We found like a couple of the episodes that we did were getting demonetized, and like the bands that we're covering and reviewing are very, very hot on the copyright material, so the clips are getting shorter, and even in instances when we've shortened the clips, sometimes they're demonetized. So we've tried to sort of pivot to something that's a little bit more like a discussion based format, and it hasn't really been working, so we're looking at alternatives, and I'm excited to share with you the evolution of this excellent channel, and I'm loving every second of it. So thanks again. Don't forget to use the comment section. I'll always try and answer stuff that's interesting, and yeah, keep coming back. I love you all, and I'll see you guys on the ice. Adieu. Justin Hawkins writes again. Oh, major. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and watch one of these two videos. Nice one, guys. Adieu!